Okay, so that video kind of cut short, and so I'll happily upload another one. I guess this will be part 2. But yeah, essentially, I mean, there's probably not much more to say than that. But yeah, life is asking us, you know, what are you all about? And I think in spending so much time on definitions and stuff, of course we have to communicate and get, you know, basic meanings across, but I think sometimes we spend so much time in the words or the language of expressing who we are and trying to get that physically manifest rather than just doing. And I think that comes from an acceptance of ourselves. I think a lot of issues that people have come from we just don't accept ourselves, right? Like, so one thing that, and this is more just a personal preference because of what it means to me. I don't necessarily think like blanket wise this is what it means for every individual. But for me personally, I've never really been into body modification, right? Like piercings, tattoos, things of that nature. Because I remember when I was a little kid, I had this stupid reasoning. I remember I wanted to be white, right? And I thought if I was white, you know, that I'd be accepted and I'd be cool and I'd have friends and da-da-da-da-da. And I think one of the biggest breakthroughs I had in my life was the one I just accepted, you know, like, I'm black, right? Like, I'm African American, you know. My ancestors, my family comes from Africa. We have dark skin, right? And, like, I'm just different. And, you know, all the historical and genetic and all that history is me. And I might not have chose it, but it's what makes me and constitutes what I am. And I think it was just learning to accept that. And I think sometimes, like, it's important to change the things we can. But I think there's a fine line between delusion of what we can be and what we cannot be. I remember I wanted to be taller because I wanted to play basketball. And I eventually got to this point where I recognized that I wasn't going to be very tall. And if you want to play at basketball at a professional level and you're not going to be very tall, you have to be really, really, really good. You have to be just excellent on your skills. And I wasn't good enough, right? And I think for me, like, it was this really difficult thing to recognize that this thing that I so much want for myself or that I desire for myself, like, I can't fit in that box. That's not what and who I am, right? And, you know, sometimes I started thinking, well, it's because I'm not good enough, right? And, like, that carried on for a long time. Actually, and, you know, I'll be honest, it comes back at times where I just feel like I'm not good enough for what I want.